Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a finale for you guys, and this one is for the Roulette Pan collab. As you guys know by now, this was started by Alexi and Rebecca. We've moved to doing this one once a year, trying to not have like too much going on every part of the year basically. And I'm rolling in 6 products. And they're based on prompts that we're rolling in. This is the finale, so no new roll-ins of course, but I'm going to talk you guys through how I've been doing for the last 4 months of this project. Starting off with one of the products that has been in here for the whole 4 months. This is the Revlon Blush in Pinking of You. I have been wearing this a lot over the last month, really trying to hit that side pan. I've used it a total of 20 times this month, which brought me to a total of 47 uses. And as you can see in the close-up, I finally managed to hit pan on it. I really like this blush. It's a really nice, subtle, pinkish blush. It fell into the category of like multiple of the same type or color, and of course I've got multiple pink blushes. This one has actually multiple of the same color in the same blush, which I didn't even think about yet, but a little bit of an extra, like fitting the prompt in that way. The pan that was already there definitely expanded a fair bit, both on like the side that I was really working on, as well as a little bit in the other pan that was already there. And at the top of the pan, there is a tiny line of pan starting to form towards the bottom as well. The bottom of the pan, I mean. Yeah, really happy with the progress that I managed to make with those last 20 uses and throughout this project. I wasn't really seeing too much movement at first, but now that we're in the new year, I'm not focusing on 100 other things at the same time as much. I could like focus in on this one a little bit more and get some nice progress on it. And I'm hoping to make a lot more this year because this is one of the products that I'm hoping to actually finish off in 22. Let's see. So that's that one. And then moving on to the Vice palettes. This one I was trying to use 20 times. I used it 8 times in total before, so I still had 12 uses to go, which was a fair bit, but I managed to do it. Now I can show it to you. I don't know if you really notice a lot of difference in here, but I thought it would be nice to look at it anyway and kind of show you guys like which colors I've been gravitating towards the most. Not that big of a surprise probably, but the colors that I've probably been wearing the most are the 2 oranges right here, as well as like the burnt orange shade right there. So those in combination with each other. And as well, I've been focusing a fair bit on these 2 shades. I've been like dropping them in my looks as a transition shade, maybe bringing in something else as well. It's not like every single look that I did was fully just the shades in here, but I tried to bring them in as much as I could. Most of them I've touched at least once. 2 other shades that I've been focusing on a little bit more, gravitating towards I should say, I haven't really focused on them, were the green right here, which is a really nice, like it has a bit more of a warmer tinge to it as well. The greens that are here just feel more cool tone to me than this one. And I've used this purple a few times as well. And then like I said, the other ones I've just kind of touched on whenever I felt like touching on them. I tried to use most of them at least once. I don't think I've gotten to all of them, especially the greens, not as much. You guys know I've had my fair share of greens over the last couple of years, so maybe that's why I just wanted to play around with the other stuff a little bit more. But yeah, I did hit my 20 uses on this one, so I'm happy about that. If I do still have some looks, I think I may have taken 1 or 2 pictures. I'll drop them around me right now, and let's move on to the next products. Next, we had the NYX Pigment. I could not think of what this actually was. In yellow gold. This one I've used an additional, what was it again? 9 times, so not too bad either. I had used it 2 times before in total over the 3 months that I was already working on it. So 9 is really good. I've really tried to focus in a little bit more, incorporate it with my looks. I'm doing that today as well. It is on my lids. And I have purple from the Vice palette that I'm working on for the Panner's pan. Actually, I did not include that one in my uses because I was working on that shade specifically for another project. It didn't really seem fair that every time I dipped into a shade that I was trying to use for another project, I actually counted it as a use on the palette for this project. So yeah, so the purple in this, the gold right here, my head is so fuzzy today. The gold right here, and then I pulled something from my Panda palette as well, and the black, of course, always the black, which I promise will show up in a project again at some point so you guys can follow along again. But yeah, so 9 uses this time, 2 uses before, so 11 uses in total. Sadly enough, not enough to really see major progress on it, but I know I can use this a fair bit. So also this one I'm hoping to have show up in a project again somewhere this year so I can use it up, fully focus on it a little bit more. But I'm happy enough with the fact that I've used it 11 times, so it's not too bad. One that I don't really want to say less happy about, because I made choices and I'm fine with those choices. Anyway, the Sleek blush in Rose Gold. I was hoping to make that pan a little bit bigger, but I've used it 0 times this update, and I've used it, was it 3? Yeah, 3 times in total in this project. I just, working this together with the Revlon blush didn't really work out that well. I was hoping to get to this one once I hit side pen on the Revlon blush, but I literally had to hit that side pen today, so I didn't get to using this one. If I would have hit that side pen like a few days ago, I would have at least gotten a few uses on this guy, but that didn't happen, and I'm okay with that because I didn't want to lose track of that Revlon blush. That is going to be kind of my main blush for this year. That is the one that I want to use up, so I wanted to make sure I hit my goals on that one first. And I didn't get to play with this one as much, which is fine. As you can see, I've played with this one a fair bit already since there is pen, and it will get its moments at some point again. Let me actually call out the prompts for the products that I already show you guys because I'm forgetting. This was my most expensive eyeshadow palette. That was a prompt for that one. We had a warm toned item, which is the yellow gold pigment from NYX. And this one was an inexpensive product that performs like a high-end because it is kind of a NARS Orgasm dupe type product. So, and the pigment on this is crazy. Anyway, moving on, I still have 2 more products in here, and those are 2 lipsticks. And my head was a bit fuzzy around these as well because one of them I've marked my uses on, but I did not measure, so I don't really have a comparison. The other one I did not mark my uses on, but I do have a measurement, so yeah. Anyway, starting off with this one, this is the Catrice blush. This is the Catrice lipstick in, what was it again? Bloody Red, which is a bloody red shade. It's a pretty dark one, but actually I have been wearing this. I'm wearing it today as well, and I noticed that when I wear a slightly lighter gloss on it, it doesn't get too like intense. It's clearly there's still pigment on my lips, but it's wearable for me anyway. It is a matte shade, so I do like pairing it with a gloss or something to make it a bit more glossy and balmy, because the matte look is just not really my thing. I've used this 12 times over the last month. 12 for this type of lipstick is crazy, but I managed to incorporate it. It's like I'm topping a slightly more pinkish tone lip gloss or a slightly more like orangey tone lip gloss on it, depending on my eye look. Now today's eye look has pinks and a warm shade in it, so I went with the pink one. I hope it works. But yeah, 12 uses. I already used it once before, so a total of 13 uses. But this one, like I said, I forgot to do any measurements on. So if I do have some sort of a close-up or something where I can actually show you what the difference is, I might do a little close-up of this anyway, because this was brand new before, and now you can see that there is a little bit of a dip at the edge thingy. Yeah. And then last month I rolled in the MAC Viva Glam Nicki lipstick as well, which was still in another project at that time, but I knew it was going to be rolling out a week later, so it was okay with me. This is where I am on that one. I did not mark it, but since I know I use this pretty much every day I'm wearing makeup, I think we could say that I used it between 20 and 25 times. And I did mark this one on my paper, and as you can see, I did actually make some nice progress on it. And I like putting a product like this and that I'm using it that way in a project, because I can actually see that I'm making progress, because I felt like it wasn't really getting any shorter, and then I look at the markings and I'm like, no, I am making progress. So that made me happy to see. And that is the last product. So technically, I guess I've hit my goal on 2 products this time around. So I didn't even get through the first 6 that were in here, but I did hit my goals on all the ones except for the NYX Pigment. Now, to be honest, I didn't really have a goal on this one. If I would have used it up, I would have been really excited. But apart from that, I wasn't going to roll it out, so that's fine. And well, the lipsticks and the blush as well. I didn't really have a goal. I just wanted to use them a little bit. I did, however, hit my goal on 3 other products, which were the Clinique mascara in Lash Power, which I did not like, as one of my Hogwarts colors, me being a Hufflepuff, black being one of their shades. The Urban Decay Naked Correcting Concealer, which was a color that I loved, but I disliked the formula. That one is out of my collection at this point as well. And then the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which was a guilty pleasure product that I did finish up too. So I finished up 3 products in this project. I hit side pan on a blush, and I used a palette a nice amount of times. Like nothing too major, but still, I might not have made the same progress if I wouldn't be having these products in this project. So I'm happy enough about that. Now we're gonna have to wait another 8 months probably until this project comes around again. I will very most likely be joining it again, so I'm looking forward to that already. But I've still got loads of other projects to focus on first, so definitely stay tuned for all my other updates before then as well. And that is it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!